What's up, everybody? It's Raw Sinister. It's pretty early in the morning today, but oh well. So yeah, first things first, I changed the dimensions of this window, or the capture area, because I wanted to see what it would do. I probably won't do it again if it doesn't turn out very well, but, you know. Anyway, basically, just been training mining to 1 million XP, and that's pretty much it on that part. Then I got my smithing up after going to the guild and dealing with all the bots and whatever, and I got 40. I was at around 37, I believe, and I made a bunch of nails just for quests and stuff and blah blah. There's also wood cutting. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but I enabled it to be seen, but apparently it's not. Anyway, yeah, I got 44 wood cutting and 27 crafting, so I can make tiaras, and I also got 28 thieving. I also got 46 agility from genie lamps, so that's my skill I'm gonna lamp with. Anyway, total level's 491. Guess that's it for my stats. But I'm also going to talk about how the RuneScape economy works in this game. Basically, what would happen is, like, you got one person who's, I don't know, buying coal, and another guy is selling it. And eventually, when I didn't put this together very well, did I? Basically, when money is being floating around, and other players, you know, it's just changing hands constantly. And as more GP enters the economy throughout alching and selling to the general store and quests, you gotta find a way to get rid of some of the money, because after a while everybody ends up with millions of GP, if they were to make that. If their GP making method was just alching, there would be no use for players, because everybody would do it themselves, go out, make adamant bodies, make 10,000 of them, right? And then alch them all into cash. There'd be no point for GP, basically. Well, in this case, when you want stuff and you're trading it between players, it's required. You know, it's a way of credit, and it just has to be there. But if everybody has way too much of it, and say everybody goes and alchs 10,000 adamant plate bodies they made, or got as drops, then everybody would have money, basically. And it's kind of like, hey, you have this item, let me have it. There's no work for it, basically. I mean, the adamant plate bodies, but eventually at some point, somebody's going to end up with a bill. Everybody's going to end up with a bill. A billion GP, and it just becomes pointless. Well, there has to be some way for that money to be lost so it has some worth. Like, when you die in this game, you don't get your items back unless you run back and pick them up in time within 2 minutes, which is the respawn, or the despawn rate. But it just has to get lost somehow, and one of those ways is through skills. For instance, construction. When you go in and make planks, it requires money. You can't make them yourself. You have to literally go out and throw it away. That's how it works. And this adds deflation to the economy. So it makes the GP worth more instead of just stacking in banks all day. You know, it pours in from resources within the game. Players don't just create, well, players do create it out of thin air, but it has to be lost, or else everybody's just constantly making money. And it just has to be lost somehow. And you also have not fire making, yeah, definitely. And then you also have prayer. If you're not doing this by hand and burying your own bones, then you've literally just bought, you know, bones to put in the ground, basically, for XP. That's it. That's another money sink. in that way. Cooking, to an extent, you get back basically what you put into it. A lot of these are just time investments. I think that's about it. Summoning, if summoning was here, that's a definite money sink. So basically these things just make it to where the money's no longer there, if you understand that. I guess, talk about something else. Basically, another big factor of this game is your time management. Like, if you play for 200 hours and you've basically been fiddling around like I am. I'm not fiddling around and making a video, but right now I'd be wasting XP or GP, depending on what I'm doing. And it just, if you manage your time well, you can get a lot done in 2 hours. If you didn't manage your time well, you got 30,000 XP within 3 hours doing mining, and you were mining granite, you were AFKing, looking at the forums while just clicking rocks and dropping really slow, you're power dropping basically, then you just basically wasted time. You don't want to do that in this game. Well, it doesn't matter, but if the game starts off and you want to be in the high scores forever, you really want good time management. Or if you want to stay ranked, stuff like that, like high top 100 people constantly doing stuff. Eventually the total level turns into total XP. You learn that after everybody maxes out. And I guess that's it for that. And also, I'm gonna aim for 50 crafting, and then I'm gonna get some magic XP once I find the freaking fire talisman. I really need that because training rune crafting is really difficult without fire talisman for me, because that's what I do. From level 14 to 28, I get fire runes all day. You know, it's like 100 and something XP per run. Takes forever to run from point A to point B if you're not doing it with a friend, and then you get 28 rune crafting. My plan at 28 is to do the Lost City quest, get into Zenaris after getting 66 agility, so I can just go straight from the bank to the Cosmic Altar and get faster XP that way. I think that's faster. I believe it. I don't care. I'm working for it anyway. I could try it on the EOC version because the maps are basically the same. It's just everything else is different. And, well, except for the GE area above the Barak Bank. Barak West Bank, you know, it's not like a two-way entrance. It's only entrance on the south part of the bank, so there's that. But yeah, I'm going to go for 50 crafting so I can make ruby rings, then 49 magic. Well, you know, God, okay, give me 1 second. I think it's 39. No, 34, yeah, 34 crafting. But I'm also going to get 50 eventually for better stuff. Yeah, so 34 crafting, 49 magic so I can enchant ruby rings. Where is it? 49. Right there. And make them rings of forging so I can just go out, mine iron, smith them, sell them, blah blah. Superheating steel, stuff like that. And then after rune crafting is at 44, I can basically make my own nature runes. And then afterwards, just train up my combat so I can actually do the quest for 28 rune crafting. So I can go make cosmics. It's like, you know, legit rune crafting XP. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to get 44 HP so the skeletons and scorpions don't aggro me. It's very difficult to mine because I plan to get gold and silver to get my crafting. And I'm also, I guess I consider myself a do-it-yourself person because I haven't really traded anybody in the last 2 weeks. So I guess that's fair. I have traded my cousin for this rune axe, by the way. But as we head to the bank, deposit these logs or whatever. And as you can see, I got almost 6K. More of these leather chaps. And I got my ores and blah blah blah. You take a peek at those, and then I smith for 40 smithing, and I got 3.8K steel nails. I don't know exactly why I did that, but I did. I guess I could save them. Construction is useful for teleports, I think. Like, you know, you get a teleport room, and you just home tele and use it. That's pretty much how it works. You can go to Canifis, you know, other places. If I ever get to it, I could show you, but probably won't for a little bit. Got these willow logs. I was AFKing and broke my axe on an ent. I don't know why I did that, but I did, and I could hear it. It goes. It's like a really loud snap, and then you look at it and you're like, oh shit! I broke my axe again, twice. So I made another one. If you go up here, there's a little entrance to a dungeon. Around over here, underneath, there's an anvil, and I made an axe, and I came back, and I was happy. I can't make a rune axe again. I can go get it repaired, but I can make steel axes, which is what I was using. So yeah. And bots are still running around crazy, and Jagex still hasn't let players, you know, immediately notify, flag bots down, and then, you know, it's kind of difficult to do, but I don't appreciate it much. The botting aspect, you know, it's kind of not fair. Yeah. But anyway, that's about it. If you have any suggestions on what I should do, go ahead and post a reply, or comment, or like and favorite, whatever you do with your YouTube guys. I don't know. But yeah. I guess subscribe or whatever. What was I gonna say? Yeah, alright, so Raw Sinister signing out. Bye guys.